Hey YouTube, so I know I've been gone for a while, but I've decided to make a video to catch you up on everything. So this video is basically going to be what happened at the end of my pregnancy, the part that I didn't fill you in on before, and possibly my labor and delivery. I didn't make any notes for this, so it might be a little bit cluttered. But anyways, I'll just get on with it. So I ended up having 2 baby showers, so I'll talk about those first. My first baby shower was just a small one with my dad's side of the family. In August we always go to my uncle's cottage, so I had a surprise baby shower there, just with some of the family that wouldn't be able to make it to my other one. And so at that one I ended up getting a bouncer, I got my monitor, I got just some clothes, toys, just that kind of thing for her. We played a couple games, like there was a word scramble. One of them was that she put some items in a basket and whoever could remember the most, like with the list, won, and just stuff like that. So I was down at the water and someone came to get me, and I was really grumpy that I had to come upstairs and stuff, and I honestly walked in and didn't even notice all the decorations or anyone there, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? And they're just like, surprise! I'm like, oh my god, like I didn't even notice. I almost walked right past everybody. So that was a good one. And then in September, there was one that was planned and thrown by my mom mostly and my sisters, and I had a bunch of people at that one. This one I had friends, I had some family, I had people from Brett's family there as well. And at that one I ended up getting I got a car seat, I got a sleep sheep, which is honestly the best thing ever. I got, sorry, it's slightly hard to remember now. Of course I got like a pile of clothes, and they ended up doing the thing where instead of giving me cards for her, they gave me books, and then everybody wrote notes in them. So I have a whole collection of books for her, which I already read to her, so I love having those. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my baby showers. If you have any questions about that, you can let me know. I'll try and make more videos if people still want them, but if not, then I won't. So just let me know if you still want to hear from me or not. So after my last video was my 29th week of pregnancy. So after that, I remember I was talking about my placenta before. So I ended up going and having another ultrasound for that, and it was at 2 centimeters when they checked it, so I had to get it checked again because that's the cutoff point for whether you have to have a C-section or not. And I got it checked again, and it did move up, so that was fine. But after that, she was still breech, so I had to get more ultrasounds to see if she would flip around, and she actually didn't end up doing that, so I did have to have a C-section. So I'll get more into that at the end of my video. So at the college by my house, they offer free massages for people that are pregnant. So I ended up going, and I think I got 2 massages there. So that was cool because at the end of my pregnancy I was having really bad leg pain because of the way she was sitting. One of the massages that I went to, they just ended up massaging my leg the whole time, and it felt better for an hour or 2, but then it hurt again. So for the last month or so, I was having that really bad leg pain, which was not very fun. Other than that, I ended up going, and my sister took pregnancy pictures for me 2 different times, one when I was 30 weeks and one when I was 36 weeks. So I'll try and put some of those pictures in this video. Hopefully that works, because they turned out really nicely, and it'll also help you see like how I progressed at the end of my pregnancy, because you didn't see me since 29 weeks, which I got a lot bigger after that. Okay, so I guess I'll just talk about the labor and delivery now. So since she was breech, so her head was up just under my rib, and her feet were down, in case anybody doesn't know what that means. And so my original due date was October 18th, and I was scheduled to have a C-section on October 9th. And that's not when I had her, because I ended up going into labor before that. My water broke around midnight, and I ended up having her on October 4th at 3:58 a.m. So once my water broke, I had to go right to the hospital, because once your water breaks, you're not supposed to stay home. And she was also breech, so that's a big complication, and they don't really want you to have your baby vaginally if she's breech. So I had to go to the hospital, and me being super smart and everything, I did not have my hospital bag packed. So we're running around my house trying to get everything that I needed, which really was not necessary, because my parents and stuff could just go home and get everything like once I was already there. We didn't really have to do it when I was in labor. So once my water broke, I started having contractions right away, and my labor was progressing quickly. When I got there, they ended up checking me after I'd been in labor for about 2 hours, and I was already 4 centimeters dilated. So yes, it was going really quickly, and they did have to do another ultrasound to make sure that she was breech, and of course she was. So I did have the C-section. I didn't have it done by my actual doctor, because it was the middle of the night, so it just makes things more complicated. You basically get whatever doctor's on duty at the time. So I had my regular doctor was a female, so I had it done by a male, but like that's not a big deal or anything. When I was in labor though, I got a shot of morphine, and they didn't tell me any of the side effects of morphine before I got it. So when I had her breathing was slowed, and she had to go to the nursery. So I got to see her for a few minutes after she was born, and then they had to take her away. And they told me that I was going to get to see her at 8 a.m. So I had her at 3:58, and they told me I would get to see her at 8 a.m. When 8 a.m. rolled around, I didn't get to see her. So I was really upset about that. It was just an awful morning, because she wasn't with me, my family wasn't with me, I didn't have my phone to call anybody, and yeah, so it just didn't go well. My IV was beeping. I ended up like in tears that morning because I had no sleep, and it was just horrible. So yeah, that wasn't great, and but I did get her at 11 in the morning. So I didn't really see her from 4 until 11. So that's a big deal when you just had your baby. And apparently they didn't bring her to me just because the nursery was busy that morning. So I don't know. I just wasn't very impressed that they didn't tell me the side effects of the morphine, and they didn't bring her to me from down the hall because they were busy. It was a little bit ridiculous. But yeah. So I don't know if you have any more questions about it. You can ask me. That's all I can really think of, because like I said, I didn't make any notes. So I'll try and make another video updating about her. I'm just a little worried to do that, because I know that some people aren't very kind. Like, I can take people not being nice about me, like people commenting on my videos and saying I look like I'm 12, which nice, very mature by the way. But I don't really want people commenting on her and being rude about her, because she's just a baby, and I know that people do that on some people's videos on here. So I don't know. If you want me to do that, then I'll try and get that done. If you have any questions about since I've had her, feel free to comment those as well, and I'll try and answer them for you. So anyways, I hope everyone had a good Christmas and everything, and I'll talk to you later.